Geometry dash, 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 geometry dash.
3, 2, 1. Three, two, one. two, one. Attention now. Three, two, one. Three, two, one. Three, two, one. Attention now. Attention now. Attention now. Three, two, one. Attention now. Three, two, one. Three, two, one. Three, two, one. Attention now. Attention now. one. Attention now. Attention now. Three,
Geometry
two,
dash.
one. Three, two, one. Attention now. Attention now. Attention now. Three, two, one. Three, two, one. Attention now. Three, two, one. Three, two, one. Three, two, one. No. Three, two, one. No. 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 Three, two, one. Three, two, one. Three, two, one.